Hi, my name is Deb Johnston. I'm a transformational coach and stylist, midlife transition mentor and yoga teacher. And I'm the founder and the host of Women Reinventing Midlife. Today, I'd really like to talk about showing up for yourself. Now, what do I mean by showing up for yourself? What I mean is making a regular and consistent commitment to you. It's so important in this phase of life that we learn to make a commitment to ourselves, because if we don't do that, and what I mean by making a commitment is putting yourself first. If we don't do this, if we don't make this commitment to ourselves, then we can end up feeling like we're just going through the same old every single day. Getting up out of bed every day, nothing changes. Feeling like we're just going through the motions. Eventually feeling like we're stuck and life can get boring and we feel like something is missing. Now, you may have reached that stage already, or you may not be there yet, or you may not even experience that at all. But if this is really resonating with you, then I really encourage you to listen on. Because putting ourselves first is not selfish. I always love Audre Lorde's quote on this. It's not selfish, it's self-preservation. Self-preservation is making sure that we're looked after, because throughout our lives, and for women, especially in this phase of life, we've spent so many years putting others first, putting everything else and everyone else first. And somewhere along the way, we've forgotten ourselves. And the thing is, when we've spent so much time putting everyone and everything else first, we often lose a sense of who we are. And this is what creates a lot of the confusion in midlife. You know, when we lose a sense of who we are, then it becomes very, very difficult to see what we want in the next phase of life. By showing up for ourselves and putting ourselves first and regularly making that commitment to us, we're able to give ourselves space to really explore what it is that we do want in this phase of life. We're able to start to gain some clarity around who we are and what it is that we actually want. And that means that we can start to take some steps to get there. So some examples of showing up for yourself is putting yourself first is when you decide to create that space for yourself. You might pull out a journal, you might start writing, and then all of a sudden someone else tells you that they need something. So showing up for yourself is not putting your journal down and going and looking after that other person first, unless of course it's an emergency. Showing up for yourself is saying, actually, I've just started doing something. This is really important. Can I get back to you or help you with that another time? And if you're not able to trust yourself to do that yet, then I suggest that you find another space to do some journaling. Maybe go out somewhere, maybe go to the park, find a bench somewhere, go and sit around the river on a bench, or if you're like me and you're lucky enough to live near the beach, go and find a spot on the beach underneath a tree and do your journaling there and do some exploring there. Regularly showing up for yourself is implementing things that you've learned. You know, you might go to a workshop, or you might go to a conference or a summit, and you might learn all these new things. Showing up for yourself is pulling your notes out after that event and actually working on some of them, actually implementing some of them, and making a consistent commitment to do that over the long term. Showing up for yourself is if you're invited to a class and it really interests you. Showing up for yourself is actually making sure that you do it. So many of us register for things, right? And then we register, but we don't show up. Everybody's done it. I've done it, right? It doesn't matter if we do it occasionally, but if it's something that we're regularly doing, right? It's important to address it, not from a place of beating ourselves up, But it's important to recognize that we do that kind of thing and make a decision to do it differently next time. So it could be, you know, making a commitment to be at that class. And if the time isn't quite right for you, just make some adjustments so you can be there. Maybe get up earlier or go to bed a little bit later for just one day, or have a longer lunch break in the middle of the day so you can actually be there on that class. Because if it's piqued your interest, then it means it's important that you're there. It's accepting an invitation from a friend. If, you know, a friend invites you to go somewhere, to a new place or a new event or a new class, if your friend invites you to go somewhere and you really want to go, and you're not just saying you want to go just for their sake, but you actually really want to go for you, it's about making a commitment to do it. It's about making a commitment to show up for yourself. It's about giving yourself permission to be there for you. So what I want to say right now is have a look at your life in general and ask yourself, where am I not showing up for myself? Where am I not showing up for myself? And, you know, I show up for myself a lot, but I can even sit here and ask myself that question and I will get an answer. So ask yourself, where am I not showing up for myself? And what can I do differently to change it? What can I do differently to change it so that I do it differently next time? I hope that helps, and I really sincerely hope that helps, because I'm very, very passionate about this. In this phase of life, we need to show up for ourselves. This is our time for us, and we have so much more to give to the world. So it's important that we do this for us and for the world, and what we can give to the world. Lots of love to you, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Bye-bye.